Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Vivek.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. In terms of traditional gym goers, what is the date on which most of them enroll in gym? Any guesses?
February 1st.
Exactly.
Oh, February. Okay.
I will take January 1st, but I followed the non-traditional approach. I ended my membership earlier this year on January 1st. And as you can see, from the starting of January, this is the weight chart which I track every day. I went down from close to 180 lbs all the way in September of last year to 149.1 as of yesterday. I did this in a non-traditional way. I would say I didn't pay any money to the gym membership. So I would like to share what all I did. Probably there might be some useful tips for you, or I might be involved in Logoria. So let's see how it goes. This is how I used to look in May of last year. Can everyone see my screen? Just check. So the present and future look tense. Whatever we are sowing in right now will be affected in future in terms of health. But I wasn't paying attention, like many of us. Then there was a small Kickstarter moment. I got this watch as a gift from my friend. He wanted me to move daily in some form. I started to do some daily walks, but that wasn't going to make me fitter or going to put me in a path for a healthier lifestyle, but I was getting started. Then there was a fuel. In the last October, I saw a blog post on Facebook from a long lost friend. The blog post talked about how that friend made tremendous progress by making use of one small gym equipment at his home, which was a jump rope. It was pretty inspiring to me. On that very same day, I made sure that, okay, let me go ahead and order this. And I struggled to do even like 20 jumps continuously, but I was doing that. But it gave me a spark. It ignited me into a journey of fitness. Slowly, a couple of my roommates started motivating me as well. They turned me into their own fitness coaches, and it was a mutual feedback. The person, my roommate, gave me his nutrition chart and the diet chart and the workout schedules. I thought, okay, what's the bad thing which is going to happen? What's the harm in trying it out? Then I started buying some seed investments, which were like few dumbbells. And what you see over here is resistance band. I started to buy that, and I got myself into series of workout schedules in various different forms. So, for example, these were one of the workout charts that were shared to me, and I started following them like 3 days a week to start with. To go ahead with my strength and weight training, all I relied on was simple old walk or a jog. I started tracking my walks with these kind of maps in my Samsung Health app. As you can see, I started my walk in the conventional places like the park, which is like Desert Reefs Park, as well as this one is just my neighborhood. As I'm circling my cursor, and I used to share the results with my aunt who is running half marathon in her age of 50. It is pretty inspiring. This app, whenever I am recording, it always shows it up as running in the top where the tortoise is. And my aunt used to question me, you are running 3 miles in an hour and you are calling it yourself as running. So for making my aunt happy, I just hit that running portion with the tortoise portion. I did some unconventional runs as well, apart from running in parks as well as surrounding community. I decided to take unconventional approach. There will be days when I will have hard time in finding a schedule to run, or rather I can put I will be lazy to run. During those days, what I will do is this. I will still make my walks. What you see here is a walk, but that walk is inside the Chandler Fashion Mall. So I did the walk for a mile. And sometimes to make it more interesting, what I do is like when I am running inside or close to my community, all you are seeing is different kinds of sprints. So the peaks in the graph are the left side of the graph is the speed. So as you can see, I started at 3 miles per hour and I peaked at 12 miles. Likewise, I fluctuated, I sprinted alternately just on pavements on the roads. I turned around the environment around me into mile markers. So what I used to do was run from lamppost to lamppost. That used to be my mile marker. And for the other period, it used to be like 2 lamppost run, 1 lamppost walk. Or I used to just alternate as I found myself into some kind of energy. I used to run a lot. And when I am not having energy, I used to walk. But the important point is I kept moving. Apart from my regular runs, I had a friend with whom I went on hikes. So these are the few hikes which I tracked. On December 31st of last year, my Samsung Galaxy app says that I have reached 31,812 steps. It was related to one of the hikes, which was like close to 12 miles round trip. Initially, the hikes were difficult. I was not having stamina, but I battled on. I simply didn't give up. One thing which I have in myself is a lot of consistency, and I never give up. Apart from that, I also did some swimming, table tennis, and any guesses on what the graph is over here? Anyone? For what kind of activity is this? It's like showing for 10 minutes and 41 seconds, it's 0.7 kilometers. Okay, let me break the suspense. This is from the time I played basketball last week. So it was just all moving back and forth. Just for the fun of it, I started tracking it. Every Friday, I played table tennis with one of my colleagues. Weekly once, I used to do swimming. So I started getting really active and I started amping up my running schedules as well as strengthening schedules to 3 times a week to 4 or 5 times a week. I got into a pretty hard schedule, which I started loving. So I tracked the steps from last December. So as you can see, these are the steps per day. So the app tracks everything. I'm fine with the app tracking my steps because I want others to see my progress as well. So as you can see, these are the few steps. For example, in December of 2020, I had moved 10,583 steps. And likewise, we have for different months for February, March, and January. What I did was I took all the data and put together an Excel so that it's much easier to understand and it acts as a motivator for myself. So this is how it looks. From December of last month, the first one, last year, so it was close to 10,583 steps. As you can see, it peaked in February, March, and April. And there is a ebb in the graph during the month of May, which is like 9,614 steps, which is not pretty bad, I would say. That was the time I got my COVID vaccine. But apart from the little periods of rest after the vaccine, which I got through in April and May, my bad, I kept on doing the activity of my walks. And slowly from June and July, I again rebuilt the momentum for the weight training as well. So these kind of things made me happy, and it put me on the right path to the mental fitness as well as physical fitness. Apart from the regular exercises and other things which helps me move my body, I started to manage my nutrition based on the suggestions of my roommate. The best gift which I got was a food weighing scale, which he gifted me. And he suggested me an app called as MyFitnessPal. In that app, you can enter pretty much everything based on just the barcode present on the food label. And all we can do is just like track what we can do. So over here, this is one of the sample of a dish which I tracked and during the time which I made. All this is a paneer dish. It is like a form of a cottage cheese made in an Indian fashion. So all it has is like a butter, little bit of cheese, as well as a capsicum, onion. I kept on tracking at a nutrient level for a while. It is like pretty tiresome. And when you are like living with someone, you just need to do some kind of a basic mathematics. This is just for my portion. I made sure that I tracked everything based on an entire weight and made sure that I tracked what my portion is. So this is just for my portion, just for having a small quantity of paneer, it gave me like 157 calories. So we need to make sure that we are aware of what the food labels are, and also need to make sure that what kind of calorie that your body needs. For example, I started cutting down on sugar, chips. I never have beverage drinks which are high on sugar. For example, let me just give you an idea of how much 1 teaspoon of sugar does to your body. So it gives you 30 calories, which is like 8 grams of carbs. Just 1 teaspoon. It's not even tablespoon. Just imagine that. Also, this is just one vegetable oil. 1 tablespoon of oil gives us 120 calories. Your average intake on a daily basis is close to 2000 calories as suggested by food department. So imagine that having a 1 tablespoon of oil, what it can do to your diet. As well as I picked a Lays example, a chips Lays. 28 grams of Lays gives you 126 calories. So I became conscious of the food which I started intaking. In the initial part of my fitness journey, it was pretty hard to do. It was pretty shocker to realize whatever smaller things I relished, which I thought were smaller, had creating larger impact in my diet. So I became conscious, started tracking. I would recommend everyone to try tracking their food and see how it goes. It's a hard journey, but it's eventually fruitful. Just like a washing machine, rinse, repeat your schedules, but watch out. Just don't keep on putting your clothes in dryer. There needs to be some kind of a break that you need to give. Make sure that you drink enough water. The recommended quantity is like you need to drink half of your body weight in ounces of water daily. Make sure you sleep solid, and before, after workouts, we need to make sure that we are stretching our body properly. That is pretty important. These are the things which helped me in the course of fitness journey. I got a body weighing scale, food weighing scale. I got a measuring tape with which I used to track every 2 weeks. And I got measuring spoons. These are always helpful. These are the challenges which I always face. We always expect instant results. Even during my fitness journey, during the first time I lifted my weights, I started feeling like I am Arnold, the day one. But it doesn't happen that way. So there is a saturation point. You need to beat that. And with respect to Phoenix, I can't keep running in the afternoon or the evening. So we need to beat the weather. So I had few challenges. So what I did was I started waking up early and I did my runs, some of my runs morning 5:30. And always laziness, it is there. Sometimes you don't feel like even getting up. How about moving your body? But those are the days which are challenging, but you need to push your body through. You need to just get up and get moving. I think I did that over the course of last 10 months. And few more pointers. Out of sight, out of mind. Just make sure that things like these water pitchers, which I have, just make sure they are in front of your eyes. Make sure that whatever gym equipments that you are investing for your home, just put it in front of your eyes so that you have a constant visual picture of it and you get motivated in some point or other, or at least you feel guilty about not picking it up, or at least pick it up. And make sure that you are accountable of your fitness schedules. Share your fitness routine with as many people as possible, because when you do that and you don't give an update to them for a period of few days, after giving them frequent updates, they will start asking you, hey, where is your workout routine? So that way you remain indirectly accountable. And also what happens is you kind of motivate others in doing so. And try to fit in your work schedule regardless of where you are. For example, I had a chance to be in Florida a couple of months back. All I did was just carried my resistance band and my legs. I did my walking as usual. I just fit in my schedule. And what I'm trying to do right now is like fit in simple and short workouts, even during my work hours. So what I'm doing is I'm scheduling a timer at 11 a.m. daily, and I'm trying to fit in like a minute of plank or a minute of crunches. Just repeat it. So probably it's something which can be done, which will help you in with respect to work aspect as well as physical aspect. So it's like a win-win for both your employer as well as yourself. Present perfect or future perfect? I don't know. I have just started. So there is a lot of progress that I need to make. I think make sure that you share whatever progress that you are making to everyone around your circle as much as possible, because you never know whom you are going to inspire next.